This is Victor Osimhen, and this is me about to surprise him with a mystery gift. But why am I doing this? You see, earlier this year, Osimhen made history by leading Napoli to their first Scudetto in 33 years. And as a fellow Nigerian, I wanted to congratulate him with a gift. But there was a big problem. Osimhen is one of the most famous players in the world right now, and it is literally impossible to get close to him. But that's where the CAF Awards come in. Osimhen was nominated for the African Player of the Year Award, which takes place in 6 days' time. So I reached out to CAF for exclusive access to the awards, and they agreed, but only if I completed 3 mystery tasks first. I only had 6 days to get the mystery gift made, so I reached out to the same artist who created the mystery gift I gave to Neymar, and he got straight to work. In the meantime, I had to complete the first task. Award ceremonies have very strict dress codes, and if I didn't comply with them, I would be banned from entering. The only problem is, I only own tracksuits, so I headed to the nearest suit shop to pick out an outfit immediately. And after browsing for a few hours, I found the perfect suit.
This one is called one.
The only thing left to do now was try it on, and the suit fit perfectly. And just like that, task 1 was complete. Victor Osimhen started his career at Lille, so for task 2, I had to travel to their training ground. Osimhen scored a total of 18 goals in his time there, so my task was to score 18 goals in 18 minutes.
Let's get this challenge started.
But there was a twist. Every single goal had to be different, and if I scored the same goal twice, it wouldn't count. And to make it even harder, for every missed shot, 1 minute would be taken off the timer. Now this may seem like an easy task, but under time pressure, I was making simple mistakes.
This is so much harder than you think.
But after that wasted shot, I made no mistake as I whipped a free kick into the left corner. After that goal though, I got a bit overconfident and went for the top right corner now, which led to 3 misses and 3 minutes off the timer. As I felt myself losing momentum, I decided to switch sides of the pitch to try and improve my luck. And straight away, it seemed like it was working. And even though there was a mannequin in goal now, I'd have to be the worst player on earth for him to make a save. My strategy now was simple. Score as many easy goals as I could, with a touch of the JTEX flair, of course. With only 3 goals left to score, I was confident that I'd complete the challenge with time to spare. Everything was going right until the final goal. After failing to score it earlier, I decided to go for a free kick in the top right corner again. And when I missed it 3 times in a row, I was left with a difficult decision. If I attempted the free kick again and missed, 1 minute would be lost and the timer would be ended. It would be a massive risk, but I was determined to hit that corner. I smashed the free kick into the top right corner, and that meant task 2 was complete. But when I got back to London, I was hit with some bad news. My flight had been changed to 1 day earlier, and Osimhen's mystery gift still wasn't finished.
Is it possible that you can get it done a day earlier now?
If I'm being completely honest, it might be impossible to complete in time. But let me work on it the next 24 hours and I'll keep you updated.
The chances of it being ready in time now looked impossible. It was the day of the flight, and George told me to meet him in London to pick up the mystery gift. I waited for hours, but just as I was giving up hope, I got a text. After staying up all night to complete it, there he was with Osimhen's gift. I couldn't believe he did it in time, and now I was so nervous to see it. Finally, I could see Osimhen's mystery gift for the first time, and it was perfect. I then had to rush back home, pack the gift in my suitcase, then head to the airport to catch my flight that leaves in 90 minutes. But when I got inside, everything went wrong.
So I just got to the airport and then I realized part of my suitcase has come off.
I waited 20 minutes to get it wrapped, then sprinted to my gate to catch my flight, but I was too late. If I missed this flight, I wouldn't be able to give Osimhen his gift. There was too much on the line. I couldn't just give up. So I spoke to the lady at the desk, and after a few minutes, she told me if I ran through the gate right now, there was a chance I could be let on the plane. And by the biggest stroke of luck, I made it. I landed in Morocco 4 hours later and arrived at my hotel.
Finally, you made it.
The hotel I was staying at was amazing. They had 5-star facilities and the weather was great. But I was all by myself and I started to feel lonely. I needed someone else to share this experience with. But later that day, I heard a knock on my door. My good friend Usi had appeared and he was gonna help me complete task number 3. Kaf invited us to play in a Legends match and my task was to score a goal. This wasn't gonna be easy, especially if I wasn't starting.
They're choosing who's going to be in the starting lineup. Do you think we're going to be picked?
I hope so, but it's tough, man.
The Legends, of course, were picked first. And unfortunately, I wasn't in the starting lineup. And that made things even harder for me because I now had less time to score my goal. To add to the pressure, not only were we playing with Legends, the match was being shown live on TV worldwide. The game kicked off, and within 40 seconds, my team scored the first goal of the match. We had the advantage, but the yellow team attacked back straight away and hit the post from 8 yards out. They continued the pressure and almost scored twice in the next few minutes. And at that moment, the coach called me and Usi from the bench and told us to come on and defend our lead. But that was a problem for me because I needed to score to complete my task. Now, playing against Legends wasn't easy. I was trying to create chances, but nothing seemed to come from it. If I didn't score in the second half, I would fail the task and lose the chance to give Osimhen his gift. But the second half didn't start well. I tried to control the ball in the box instead of clearing it. I lost the ball, and when the striker went through, I couldn't stop him from scoring. That goal was all my fault. And when I looked over to the bench, a substitute was getting ready to replace me. I'd come too far for it to end like this. This final attack was my last chance to score. Usi ran onto a through ball, set it back to the winger, who crossed the ball into the box. And there I was to head it into the net. After making the mistake that cost my team the lead, I had now redeemed myself. And that literally was my last touch as I was substituted straight after.
Beautiful header. Literally took off the goalpost to score the header. Composure on the 200.
I then had my first ever player interview.
Two good faces on a nice pitch. I don't disagree. Here we go.
And with that, task 3 was completed. When I got back to the room, waiting for me was the official exclusive invitation to the CAF Awards. I was so excited. We were now one step closer to giving Osimhen his gift. But later that night, the nerves were starting to kick in.
It's currently 4 a.m. and I can't sleep. It's a mixture of excitement but also nerves because I won't know until later today if I'll be able to give Osimhen the mystery gift. It's only a matter of time now before I find out.
It was now the morning of the award show and it was time to reveal Osimhen's mystery gift. Usi came to my room to see it for the first time.
Are you ready to see it?
I want to see it. Open it up. I want to see it.
Put it in your hand. I'm nervous to see your reaction, but I think you'll like it. Go! Hand drawn, bro. Nah, that's mad. It's crazy, right?
That's right, the gift I got for Osimhen was a hand-drawn portrait of one of his proudest moments, winning the Scudetto with Napoli. Usi really loved the drawing, but then out of nowhere, he asked me this.
How are you gonna get it to him? Security-wise, it's gonna be tough.
So you're saying security is tight?
Bro, there's like 5 security guards at each entrance.
I'm not even sure if you're allowed to bring the team.
For the first time, I realized just how difficult this task would be.
This is gonna be harder than I thought.
2 hours later, we met up again, and here's a full look of my suit. Rate it from 1 to 10 in the comments. It was time to head to the ceremony now, but just before we left, I met someone who could change the fate of the video. This is Osimhen's personal cameraman, Kerry, and he was gonna help me get the gift to Osimhen. Waiting for us was a personal chauffeur who would take us to the event. And minutes later, we arrived.
It's time, let's go!
I stepped onto the gold carpet for the first time, and it was an amazing experience. This is my first awards show, so it was crazy to see all the cameras taking pictures of me. And now we were officially inside the event. As I walked in, right in front of me was the Men's Player of the Year award, and I couldn't believe what happened next. Moments later, Victor Osimhen himself arrived, but even though I was just me meters away from him. The security was so tight I couldn't get close. But don't worry, I'll get another chance later in the video. But before that, I had to take my seat for the ceremony. The ceremony was great. There were so many awards, performances, and the crowd was full of energy. We were now down to the last award, the Player of the Year award. And just before it got announced, I was taken out of the ceremony to backstage, where I reunited with my boy Usi. All of the award winners came backstage afterwards, so this was my best chance to meet Osimhen. Seconds from now, we would find out the winner.
Victor
Osimhen had made history. He was the first Nigerian winner since 1999. But then in that moment, we were told he wasn't coming backstage. You see, Osimhen had to leave immediately because he had a Champions League match the next day. His flight was in 30 minutes, so he was leaving any moment now. The stakes were at an all-time high now, and I was starting to worry that he had already left. But a few minutes later, Victor Osimhen entered the room. This was my final chance.
Let's take a picture together.
After everything, I finally gave Osimhen his gift, and he loved it.